Welcome to today's video. A quiet afternoon, a simple walk, and a moment that changed everything forever. Two best friends went into the woods, but only questions came back out. This is not just a crime story. It's a mystery that still haunts America. Watch till the end, because the truth behind Abby and Libby's last moments is darker than it seems. Some stories don't begin with screams. They begin with silence. A silence so calm that no one notices it breaking. A quiet trail surrounded by trees, cold winter air, and a peaceful afternoon that felt completely normal. Two young girls walking together, laughing, taking photos, enjoying a day that was supposed to be simple and safe. No fear, no danger, just innocence. But what happened in Delphi, Indiana on that day was not just a crime. It was the moment an entire town lost its sense of safety forever. Because this wasn't the middle of the night. This wasn't an isolated place far from people. This happened in daylight, on a public trail, where families walked and children played. Somewhere on that bridge, something changed. A presence entered the frame. Quiet, slow, and unnoticed at first. A man walking toward them, blending into the background, looking ordinary enough to be ignored. But in that moment, danger didn't look dangerous. It looked normal. Years later, people still watch that short video again and again, pausing every frame, listening to every sound, searching for answers hidden in a few seconds of footage. A face, a voice, a step, anything. Because one simple question refuses to go away. Who was the man on the bridge? And how did he walk into these girls' lives and walk away unseen? The last moments of Abby and Libby weren't captured by security cameras or eyewitnesses. They were captured by bravery. In a moment when fear would have frozen most people, one of the girls did something extraordinary. She pressed record, not knowing that those few seconds would become one of the most analyzed pieces of evidence in modern true crime history. A shaky video, a man walking, a few steps forward, and then a voice, calm, controlled, almost casual, delivering words that would haunt millions of people for years. Guys, down the hill. 3 simple words, no shouting, no panic, just authority. Investigators believe this was the moment the girls realized something was wrong. Yet even then, they stayed together. They didn't run in opposite directions. They didn't leave each other behind. Their bond, even in fear, remained unbroken. That video wasn't just evidence. It was a message left behind. A final attempt to say, this is who he was. This is what happened. Don't forget us. When the news broke, Delphi stopped breathing. A town where everyone knew each other suddenly felt unfamiliar. Parents held their children closer. Trails once filled with footsteps went silent. And a single image, a grainy figure on a bridge, became the face of an unknown evil. Police released the video, then the audio, then sketches. First one face, then another. Years passed, and the image changed, but the man stayed the same, always just out of reach. Tips poured in, thousands of them. Yet the answer remained missing. What made this case even more painful was how close everything felt. The girls were reported missing quickly. Searches began fast. And still, it wasn't enough. The question that hurts the most is one no one can answer. What if someone had noticed something earlier? Delphi wasn't just searching for a killer anymore. It was searching for peace. As time passed, the case didn't fade. It grew heavier. Every anniversary reopened wounds. Every new press conference raised hope, only to leave silence behind. Families waited, friends waited, and 2 young lives became symbols of unanswered justice. Online communities dissected every detail, the walk, the clothing, the voice. People slowed the footage, enhanced the audio, debated theories late into the night. Everyone wanted to be the one who finally recognized him. But the most heartbreaking part was this. Abby and Libby were remembered not just as victims, but as brave girls who refused to disappear quietly. Their names were spoken across the world. Their story reached millions. And still, the bridge remained standing, holding secrets no one could pull from it. The case wasn't cold. It was frozen in time. Years later, the question still echoes. How does someone commit a crime in daylight, leave behind evidence, and remain unseen for so long? How does a voice heard by millions still belong to no one? For the families, justice isn't about headlines. It's about answers. It's about knowing that the final moments of their daughters weren't ignored, that the courage they showed mattered, that the world didn't just watch, but remembered. The Delphi murders aren't just a mystery, they're a reminder. That evil doesn't always announce itself, that bravery can exist even in fear, and that some voices, no matter how short, refuse to be silenced. Because Abby and Libby didn't just leave behind a case, they left behind a truth. Someone out there knows who the man on the bridge really is. As weeks turned into months, and months quietly slipped into years, the Delphi investigation became something heavier than just a case file. Detectives rotated, teams changed, but one truth stayed the same. The man responsible was still free. Law enforcement slowly began to shift their language, no longer speaking about an unknown outsider, but hinting at something far more unsettling. They believed the killer was local, someone who knew the trails, someone who understood the timing, the silence, the escape routes, a person who didn't stand out because he never needed to. He blended into daily life, possibly working a normal job, attending family gatherings, living an ordinary routine while carrying an extraordinary secret. This idea terrified the community, because if the killer was local, then he had walked past neighbors, smiled at strangers, and listened to conversations about the case, knowing the truth the world was still searching for. The danger wasn't far away, it was already there. As pressure grew, investigators made a decision that shocked many. They released a new suspect sketch, different from the first one. Younger, cleaner, more ordinary. It was an admission that the investigation had evolved, and that early assumptions may have been wrong. Press conferences took on a different tone, less confidence, more urgency. Officers spoke directly to the killer, urging him to reflect, to think about his family, to consider the burden of living with such a crime. These weren't just updates, they were psychological appeals. Behind every word was hope. Hope that someone close to the killer would recognize the signs. Hope that guilt would crack the silence. Hope that one call, one tip, one overlooked detail would finally break years of waiting. But the phone never rang with the answer they needed. What continues to haunt this case is how disturbingly normal everything seemed. A public trail used by families. A bright afternoon. No warnings. No chaos. Just two girls enjoying a day outdoors, until everything changed. Experts say crimes like this alter a town's identity forever. Places once filled with laughter become reminders of fear. Parents become more protective. Silence replaces comfort. Delphi was no longer just a quiet Midwestern town. It was a name tied to loss. For Abby and Libby's families, time didn't soften the pain. Each unanswered question reopened the wound. Birthdays passed. Holidays came and went. And with each year, hope fought against exhaustion. They weren't asking for miracles, just truth. Even now, years later, the case remains active. New tips arrive. Old evidence is reviewed again under improved technology. Investigators refuse to let the file gather dust because they believe the answer is still there. At the center of it all remains the short video and audio recording captured by Libby. A few seconds that have become some of the most analyzed footage in true crime history. Every frame studied, every sound replayed, every detail questioned. Those moments represent bravery under unimaginable fear. And they carry a quiet message. The truth was almost within reach. Almost. And that almost continues to haunt everyone who has followed this case. Today, Abby Williams and Liberty German are remembered not as victims alone, but as symbols of resilience and awareness. Their story has changed how people think about safety, evidence, and the power of small moments. Their names are spoken in documentaries, classrooms, and communities far beyond Delphi. And yet, the central question still remains unanswered. Who was the man on the bridge? Until that day arrives, this case remains open, not just officially, but emotionally. Because justice delayed is not justice denied, as long as memory survives. And as long as people continue to speak their names, Abby and Libby will never be forgotten. Thank you for watching this video. I hope this story helped you understand the mystery and remember Abby and Libby with respect. If this video moved you, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel for more true crime stories. Until the next video, stay safe and never stop asking questions.